Hey there! Welcome back to my channel. Today, let's go to the world of sports. Here are my 20 favorite female volleyball players in the country. From early 2000 all the way to 2022. Let's begin. At number 20. Michelle Gumabao. During her college days at De La Salle, she was every open spiker's nightmare because of her great blocking in the utility position. And when she pair up with middle blockers like Abby Morano and Nika Reyes, they can form the most solid net defense. Today, in the professional ranks, she has elevated her game by becoming an offensive player too. For that reason, by being a scorer and a solid blocker, and for her leadership on court, I rank her in my 20 favorite players of all time. At number 19. Michelle Carolino. I first saw her play in green and white jersey under Coach RDJ in the early to mid-2000s. She is spectacular. She is heavy-handed and high-flying during her peak. She also played for the Army too and some guest stints for UST, but my favorite memories of her were those La Salle days when she played with other La Salle greats, very athletic and probably the strongest hitter during her time. I am so glad I witnessed her play during her prime. At number 18. Gemma Galanza. During her time in Adamson, she was already a good well-rounded player. But today, she has grown to be a very crafty player with a lot to pull up from her bag of tricks. She can seamlessly shift the direction of her spike down the line while facing cross-court. She can swipe her attacks off the blockers. She can do drop shots. She can spike hard when needed. And she can defend like a libero. For that open position, she complements Alyssa Valdez perfectly. Bernadette Pons. I love her overall play. She serves well, she attacks well, she digs well, and receives well. Everything that you will need from an open spiker, she's got it. She is an MVP caliber player and she is such a role player. Currently, she is focusing on beach volleyball, but I would super love to see her play indoor once again. At number 16, Tots Carlos. She was already strong in her up days but was very prone to error and inconsistent. Today, she has become a beast. The improvement she has amassed is incredible since she moved to Creamline Cool Smashers. Probably she holds the record of best improvement from the collegiate rank to the pro league. She jumps high, swings hard, serves hard, and defends well. And those drop shots she has added to her arsenal are so entertaining. At number 15. Dindin Santiago Manabat. There was a huge hype when she transferred to NU during her college years. The expectations were so high for her and she has faced so many criticisms. But you can never put a good player down. I have always wanted to see that Dindin who can dominate though. And I saw that after her stint in Japan, when she played for Cherry Tigo and became the champions. She was very scary in that conference and that is the Dindin I knew that she could be. At number 14. Rachel Ndakis. She is on my list because among the longest playing volleyballs, she is the one who has managed to remain competitive. As of 2022, she can still spike as hard as she could 15 years ago. There is no sign of her getting old physically. I can feel her passion every time she plays. She has also become a leader. And I would like to add that her blocking is highly underrated. She is a very good blocker for an open spiker. At number 13, Venus Bernal. There was once the trinity of Balsi Bernal Tabacaro. I super love that era. I think that was the glory days of the Lady Tigers. Venus has a signature approach and swing that I miss. She can hit a running set from time to time, hit in the middle is differential, and her down the line is one of my favorites from her. At number 12. Cherry Rose Makatangai. I super love her and I wish her playing years didn't end. I saw her play as guest player for Adamson in the Shakey's V-League and for the Air Force. But my favorite moments of her are during the 2004 SEA games and she was phenomenal. She is already tall and still she jumps high so she can reach the ball at its peak and the result is a sure point. Her moniker is Cherry Bomb, which is very fitting. At number 11, Dendon Lazaro. I have high respects for liberos. So it is a given that I adore high-caliber liberos like Dendon. Her timing, anticipation, and footwork are very on point. I remember it was on her third year in 8 Neo when she had a breakthrough as a libero, and that was the year when the Dendon Jalalisa connection won them their first championship. And since then, she just continued to be better.
At number 10, Abigail Morano.
Had she been taller, she could have been an international caliber player. Despite being undersized as a middle blocker, she displays one of the best set of skills on the net.
She can man it very well.
She can block with pinpoint timing, can attack with power, and she can also do calculated drop shots. Plus, she is a natural-born leader.
She is someone you would want on your team.
She is extra passionate, well-disciplined, and very talented.
At number 9. Tina Salek, another legend on my list. There are many things to love about her.
She's tall, very athletic, great ball control, a vocal leader and leader by example. I only get to see her play during the winning era of Philippine Army, and it is easy to be amazed by her. Her connection to her spikers is as natural as breathing. I have a favorite play from her where she uses her middles as decoy and gives the set to Gonzaga as differential.
At number 8.
Dawn McCandleye, she is a national treasure for me. Her moniker, Miss Everywhere, is just a very fitting name for her. She is such an entertaining player to watch, and she makes volleyball such an exciting game to watch.
She creates rallies.
She passes spot on to her setters, she covers diligently, she digs like crazy.
And she dives like a dolphin princess. At number 7.
Jaja Santiago, being the tallest player that entered UAAP, she was expected to be excellent, and to reach new heights, pun intended. There was so much hype around her. She was expected to carry a team, bag individual awards, become a champion, become a national team player, and be an import. And she has accomplished all that. Playing professionally in Japan, she has become quicker. She is only 26 and I expect that she will only become even better.
At number 6.
Charo Soriano. Prior to Alyssa Valdez and even the Fab Five, Charo Soriano was the girl of the Lady Eagles. She was similar to Abi Morano in that they are both undersized for a middle blocker. But she is an amazing player, very charismatic, and can do a lot of ways to score. She got very high percentage attacks in the middle. She can block, she can dash and smash, and she is one of those players whose mere presence on inside makes her teammates play their best.
At number 5, Mary Jean Valsi. Once upon a time, Valsi was a fantastic player, an MVP caliber of a player. She was one of the volleyball heroes of my younger days. Her presence alone is already something.
For me, she is one of the most efficient players ever. She is a middle blocker, and yet she plays like a libero in the backline. She is a middle blocker, an offensive one, and yet when she is moved to play in the open, she is just as inoffensive. I hope many younger volleyball fans will know the kind of player Valsi was during her prime. At number 4, Alyssa Valdez. She is a milestone in Philippine volleyball herself.
Her contribution to the popularity of volleyball is immeasurable.
Her form when she jumps is so jaw-dropping. Seriously, I am so amazed by her athleticism.
She is a massive scorer, a deadly server, and a selfless defender.
Her skills and her humble personality gained her such a huge following.
Her collegiate years is one of the best and the most exciting seasons in UAAP.
And Philippine volleyball would never be what it is today without her. At number 3, Julia Morato. Morato is my favorite setter of all time. She is quick thinking and her low fast sets are amazing. I think almost every spiker she has played well became great spikers because of her. Just think of Tots Carlos and Celine Domingo. And even her connection with Mylene Pot in the national team is so phenomenal.
Morato became a champion on her rookie year, which speaks about her inborn talent.
But aside from her top-notch setting, she is also a great defender. If Tina Salek is like a setter and a blocker in one, Julia Morato is like a setter and a libero in one. She defends that zone 2 really well.
At number 2. Roxanne Pimentel.
When I discovered the sports of volleyball, UST Lady Tigers were the team to beat.
There was Bernal and Balsi.
Then there was this girl that pumped me up whenever she touches the volleyball.
My early volleyball love affair was filled with memories of watching Roxanne Pimentel dashing and smashing for that volleyball.
Her form when she spikes the running sets given to her is the best I've ever seen in Philippine volleyball.
Deservingly, she was hailed as the queen of running spikes.
She is such a force on the UST squad and in the national team.
And I hope there will be more young volleyball fans who will get to know Roxanne Pimentel. And at number 1.
Jublin Gonzaga. She is one of the most offensive players in Philippine volleyball and she can hit the ball really fast, so she is a very deadly differential spiker during combination plays. You can also add to that her tricky angles since she is a lefty. At the same time, she is also one of the most defensive players I've seen. Seriously, she digs like a libero, even way better than some actual liberos. In my opinion, she is even at par with Dendon Lazaro and Dawn McCandleye. That is what makes her a super entertaining player to watch. To add to that, she is very athletic and charming.
Jublin is also a soldier.
And it seems to me that the volleyball court is both her playground and battlefield. For all those reasons, she is my number 1 favorite local volleyball player of all time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. How about you? Who are your favorite Philippine volleyballs? It would be fantastic if you can subscribe to my channel.
See you again on my next video.
Goodbye.